Hi, you're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our platforms and channels. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio, back outside of the Mobile Command Center. And that gentleman out there is
Rick Levy in San Diego.
Rick and I have been subjected to breaking down Cava de Oro. Now, what does that say? What is that? Is that a metal that they?
That's Spirits of Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Gold,
Now,
2012.
so this is a gold medal winner from Spirits of Mexico in 2012, which I think that was one of the last years that the Dory owned it. The original owner of the show had it, and that's cool that they got the seal there. 100% agave tequila, extra añejo. How many years is this thing aged?
It is a 5-year XA in used French oak barrels, previously used for red wine.
Okay, and just for the sake of transparency, this is a kosher tequila. The red wine, we've discovered that the red wine has imparted some characteristics throughout the repo, the añejo, and now we'll find out what it does with the extra añejo. Look how dark this thing is. Looks like molasses.
Yeah.
It looks like an aged rum.
And this is from 1477, Tequila Puerto de Hierro. And they have a reputation for sweeter tequilas.
Yes. Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, Rick and I were kind of, we're not, as you can tell by now, Rick and I don't really lean toward the sweet tequilas. Rick did it one time, and so did I probably. You know, we grew up with rum in the house because my folks were from Central America. So, you know, we had rums, aged rums, and so I'm familiar with, you know, the sweetness on the front end. But with this particular distillery, they're just known for leaning toward that sweet. They have a sweet tooth, as Rick says. Oh. Now see,
French oak. Are you finding the French oak now?
and the Napa, the Napa, the red wine, or wherever they're getting their red wine from, you can smell it right off the top. It's very similar, and I said this at the beginning of the reposado. It's very similar to the Dulce Vida, 55 proof, aged in red wine barrels, in Napa Valley barrels. It's very similar. The nose is similar. Of course, at barrel strength, it's going to be a lot more intense.
Now, what's interesting is that the XA is the first that we've had in the line that's at 40 ABV.
Right.
Whereas the first three were the Mexican edition at 38. So I'm wondering if maybe the additional alcohol is helping to bring those flavors up, bring those aromas up.
Now, you and I are both using a Glencairn, and you can see it's got it looks like Irish whiskey. I mean, it's got a
very rich, deep color.
Yeah. Now the colors are beautiful. I have to say, from the Repo to the Anejo to the Extra Anejo, there's some rich color. I mean, if color turns you on, this is it's almost like a brassy. Like a brassy red almost. And again, the nose, to me, Rick, I can get more of the French oak. I got more of the red wine barrel. This is considered a kosher tequila. That means that the barrels that they're using have been rinsed and certified kosher. The process has by one of the kosher certifying agencies that they're using. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that this is the whole line is kosher because that's what they're doing. They're putting the seal on all of it, which explains why they're using the red wine, because I think that's the barrel that is easiest to cleanse and rinse and make kosher. So
Yeah, I have to admit, I don't know a lot of, I don't really know anything about the process, about what makes a tequila kosher.
Well, I have a four-part. I'm glad you mentioned that. I have a four-part series on Tequila Aficionado that you should read. It's called "The Big Business of Kosher Tequila." And don't laugh. People are laughing. Kosher is $1 billion business, and not. And the funny thing is, millennials and those who are not of the Jewish faith lean more toward kosher foods because there is when you see that seal, it's not just for tequila, it's for wines, it's for crackers, it's for coffee. If it's certified kosher, people feel more secure in buying a product that maybe answers to a higher power or goes through some stringent. You have to go through some stringent hoops. You got to go through flaming hoops to get that.
There's requirements that might make
Yes.
it less artificial, that it would feel more wholesome.
Yes, and of course, L'chaim. Oh, oh my!
What's going on?
There's French oak. There's cinnamon. It's hot. There's more alcohol. You're definitely going to get a lot more alcohol. And again, for transparency's sake, we've been going through the whole line at 38 ABV. All of a sudden, we're hit with those 2 extra degrees or percentage points, or a couple of points, and it just explodes in your face. We've been doing this for three different tequilas, and so all of a sudden we're hit with an 80 proof, and it's in your face. But I can't say I don't like it. Here's the residual.
We kind of mentioned this in some of the others, though. I'm a little bit confused because I think, whatever they're adding, perhaps glycerin to thicken it, I don't think it's allowing the spirit to express itself the way it would have, out of the still or right out of the barrel, whatever, before it gets polished.
I agree. I think that whatever additives that they're using, whatever their process is obstructing what the tequila should, or what we're used to tasting, because there's no consistency in. I can't say that the flavor profiles are balanced. What I can say that's consistent about the whole line is that it gets progressively sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. And if that's your thing, like I said, if you're a Clase Azul, if you enjoy Clase Azul, you'll probably like this one. Man. And honestly, I like the 80 proof. What I don't care for is that my palate.
And what's weird is, it's like before I've described, in some of the earlier ones, I described it as like getting like orange or dried fruit. And then, of course, like we said here, we're definitely getting some of the French oak notes, the red wine notes. But then, like, I'll be experiencing that, and then out of nowhere, I'll get hit with, like, a cardboard thing that comes and goes real quick. And I'm just confused, I'll be like, oh, yeah, so it's like, it's French oak and red wine, and it's like cardboard, and then more French oak. And it's like, I'm confused.
It's a clash of the titans. Again, whatever the additive is, it's clashing, and it, as you said, it's now allowing the elements to express themselves the way we're used to, the way it should, and I think it's an obstruction. Yeah, and it's coating your palate. That's exactly what we expected. This is exactly what we expected. And here's the other thing for me. I love the noses beginning from the Repo on up. But
we even enjoyed the nose on the Blanco, the Plata.
Yeah, the Plata has a nose, and it's not sweetened. It's not. I think, Rick, you tasted some sweetness very little on the back end. And I think that could have been the glycerin or the additive. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But I'm disappointed. The nose had me going. I really was hoping for something better. And then the flavor profile, the intake let me down. But that's just me. You know, as I said in the Anejo category, if you like Clase Azul, you should go here, because what's the price point on this thing?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I found this ranging from 146 down to 106. Oh no, the lowest I found was actually 88. The average was 106. So yeah, there were some places on Drizzly that I think had it for 88, and then Old Town had it for 88. And
wow.
Don't get it at Bevmo, because I was there today, and what was the price I found on there? They want $106 for it at Bevmo, and that's their sale price, down from $117.
Yikes!
So
I remember when Don Julio 1942 was at $118, $119 a bottle. Well, for me and for Rick, you know, again, we don't lean toward that sweet candied tequila. I love the nose on this thing, but the intake on this one is going to let you down if you're expecting more of that hearty dryness. You know, the dark chocolate and the cocoa and the bitterness and the dried fruit, because it's on the nose, but it's not in the flavor profile. And then your palate's coated. You're done. Basically, you're done.
Yeah.
Nothing. After dinner, maybe with an ice cube.
Maybe with a coffee.
Yeah, maybe with a coffee. Yeah, you know, we try to find uses for all these tequilas. I guess there's a reason why it's down to $88 in certain places.
I'm sorry, I can't recommend it for the price.
Yeah, no, I can't either. It's sad because there have been flashes of brilliance even in this line. But here's the other thing. They're 18 years old. They've been around for 18 years. This is the flagship brand. Yeah. Okay, and this is age. This is what, a 5-year? You said
5 years. 5 year.
In French oak, used French oak Napa Valley barrels.
Not Napa. Red wine barrels.
French oak, yeah, red wine. I'm sorry. Yeah.
The French will be quite insulted.
Hey, it's kosher. It's blessed by a rabbi.
It's kosher.
So, anyway, I don't know what else
I
to
guarantee you, if you drink this, you will not go to hell.
There you go. But your palate will. It's again, if you are leaning toward a sweet tequila, if you've had one of those bad experiences with bad tequila, and you want to bridge that gap. But you don't want to go that far deep into the pool. Certainly try Cava de Oro, but I wouldn't spend a whole lot of money. I think for the whole line, if you were to want to draw somebody into the tequila category, start and end with the Reposado, because it only gets progressively tougher and tougher.
I think I may have figured out that cardboard. I think it was the transition between the dried candied fruit and the bitter chocolate from the French oak, and as you know, that is transitioning from one to the other. It passes through this kind of area that gets interpreted as cardboard for me.
The Twilight Zone for you. It's that part of the palate that tastes cardboard. Because you got sweetness, you got sour, salty, and then there's cardboard somewhere in the middle somewhere. Anyway, that's our take on Cava de Oro Extra Anejo. But stay with us. because we got a treat for you that we're gonna either love or we're gonna hate. It's the Cristalino Extra Anejo, and yeah, that's
We're going to Bizarro World.
Well, that's it. We've crossed that line into the twilight zone.
We're like in the Upside Down or something.
We just call you, what is she called? 11? 12?
11.
What number is she? 11? Yeah. Okay. 7 is another movie. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been in 7.
I'd be more like the tag on the Mad Hatter's hat. Was it like 12 and a half or something?
12 and a half. Yeah, something crazy. It's like, we've gone down the rabbit hole. So stick with us. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio, Texas. That young man out there is
Rick Levy in San Diego, California.
You have been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels, all of our media. And if you are watching us on YouTube, press that red button and you'll be able to go down this rabbit hole with us. Whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.
I'm Mike Morales. I'm CEO of Tequila Aficionado Media, and I just wanted to thank you for watching Sipping Off the Cuff. We love doing these reviews for you. Now, if you're an Agave Spirits brand owner and you're watching this, there are 3 things that I'd like to talk to you about. Number 1, if you'd like us to review your Agave Spirit on Sipping Off the Cuff, just send me an email, mike@tequilaaficionado.com. It won't cost you a dime, and I promise you'll get an honest review. Number 2, if your brand has been nominated, past or present, as a brand of promise, we can help you promote your brand effectively and affordably over on the tequila PR side of things. Just email me, mike@tequilapr.com. And number 3, if your brand has ever been a Brand of Promise nominee or a winner, you automatically qualify with us, or to go with us, on our next promotional tequila tour. So shoot me an email, tours@tequilaaficionado.com, and I'll send you all the details on our upcoming tequila tour. That's it. Thanks again for watching. Sip wisely.